Guys, I'm the Gundrog Gamer. You guys are watching the Gundrog Gaming channel, and today we are playing some more Castlevania Aria of Sorrow with kicks only. And last time we maxed out all our healing items, but it looks like we still are a little bit low on this stuff. So let's go ahead and head back. I wasn't sure really until just a few minutes ago, because we just did a Castlevania stream of exactly how we were going to go ahead and do this, but we should. There are a couple places where getting all the lag today, guys. Seriously not sure where all that lag came from. Must have been that guy, that room. So what we're doing right now is we're gonna go grab a couple mana prisms, question mark. So that's not a mana prism. That's not gonna help us. Okay, we already got that one. That one must have been like our super potion. I put a question mark at the end of that because I can't remember exactly where a second mana prism is going to be at. I was thinking I would find one here, but I don't remember for sure if that's the thing. And I do know that we've got one, basically the really bad area. I can't ever remember the name of that area. There may be one up here. No. Killing you would be kind of cool, but not needed. Basically, we're doing this more for the skill points so that we can use our bat and get through quickly without worrying about taking too many hits, even though we need to take a few hits. There's no devastating hits that are definitely going to kill us. I thought there was like an iron golem somewhere here that we didn't quite get by that was guarding a mana prism. There might be one near Graham. I just also remembered that I've been being kind of like a dick about it, just going in and seeing, oh, hey, that's something that we don't need. And it's like, oh, well, if it's a mana prism, then we definitely need it. Because that's going to give us more time with more power. No guarantees that any amount of mana prisms is gonna really be enough. Well, I mean, okay, a certain amount of mana prisms definitely is going to be enough, but the amount that are left aren't going to necessarily guarantee it for us. No. Kind of maybe good. Actually, we don't really need to go to a save spot right now. But let's double check and see if there was any mana prisms here. I'm gonna say probably not. Because this is mostly that, I think. Oh no, this is usually where you go when you're first coming to this area, I think. Or it's usually the first place I go. That's usually where I will grind on needles. This looks like a place where there would usually be a drop, so let's double check here. Okay, well, we got another super potion. I wasn't overly concerned about getting those. We'll go ahead and take use of that. It's got nothing. At least nothing that we want. I think you can slide all the way through here, but it's just like, yeah, why do it? So that was the only one that I knew of in this area that we skipped up. Just to be certain, we will climb up the waterfall again, see if there was anything there. Actually, I know this is not that way that we were trying to go, but we'll head over through here again real quick. I just remember there being something here, but not being all that great. And apparently we already got it. Even though you're usually a little bit low, these drop big hearts. Yeah, that'll be enough. So up here to the left. Grab that one. It doesn't look like there was anything. Like, we pretty much cleared that out, and we definitely don't need to go behind there anymore. This can be lazy about not switching out, because we don't really need to switch out from Skola. I guess the ring is, but we don't even have anyone right now that we're going to be grinding off of. I guess I will switch over to ring is. Where this at or where this at? Like ominous sound, that's probably means that we're where we want to be. Yeah, ominous music usually means you're in the bad. Really pretty sure I was being kind of a dick here, and like there was a man in prison I could have grabbed, and I was like, nah, we don't really need this. It's not even worth my time. I'm not even gonna go pick it up, guys. Don't worry about it. Are we equipped with the right item? And we do have the black belt. That's what I wanted to make sure of. We'll double, triple save it here. I think that's all I really wanted to grab, and we're just going to head back to the boss. I think if we had this last week, we probably would have had enough. Oh. That would be really interesting if you could do this with chicks only. There's nothing back there. Just had to check with my thinky brain head. Is there anything back through here? It's a little bit dangerous of an area, so I usually don't like going through it, but if we attack up there, that'll get us like a spear or something that's not very good. Like there should be literally like 20 weapons in your inventory that are better than that spear is. If not, you severely did something wrong. Alright, well, guess we're done with this area then. Don't really need to go back to heal up, so let's just go back to our save. This will give us a couple more rounds of hitting him for, I don't know, I guess an average of 70. There may be some more heals and whatever that we can get later on, but if we're just really struggling, I can look those up. AKA, if we don't get it this time around, I'll go ahead and look those up. Which I probably should have already done, but, it just didn't happen. Wasn't really thinking about it, guys. I think the best way to do it is we leave the top eyeballs alive, like what we have been doing, and we go for the good dodges. Because really, if we last as long as we can, that's going to be our best way in winning. That ain't bad, that's like 200 per kill. We kind of want to check this kicker skeleton. So we got 62885. I think he only gives us like 100 or something. Plus he jumps around like literally everywhere, causing us to go off screen when we didn't want to. Yeah, he gets nothing. gave us 95 experience. So 2 kicks, and he jumps around everywhere. Gotta remember this ability. Not always the best between the bat and the head bonk, but head bonk can be really good. Speaking of pretty good, that was pretty good how we got through there. I was hoping we could get it. Actually, they only give us about 1,000 or something, but screw it. Oh, if you guys are gonna come, then yeah, I'll definitely kill one of you. I just figured they were off screen and weren't gonna be bothering us anymore. Don't worry about it. That's like my catchphrase now. Just don't worry about it. I say it when I don't even really mean it. It's all for comedy effect, guys. Don't worry about it. See, even to explain, don't worry about it. We got to do it in a comical way. Okay, so we need goal for this screen, and this screen only. I think. I could be wrong on that. Even then, you don't need it till that very last section right there where you have to fall down just a little bit. Oh. Nope, nope, nope. We can already tell how this battle's about to go, can't we? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? That's not it. Okay, just about there, and then we want to change our loadout, make sure that's good, and we're good to go. Okay, before we get there, giant vet, no more. We are going to use great armor. We're going to use succubus. Save the game. Save. 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 I'll double check one more time. Yeah, we should have succubus and everything equipped. Is there anything out of this we were going to use? Oh yeah, I think we had decided against getting that witch thing because it will. I think somebody explained it to me that the witch ability was going to. Right now, I'm just trying to avoid damage. Yeah, the witch ability was supposed to deflect bullets and hit the enemy, and that's why we didn't want to grab it. If I could just get the words out, I wouldn't have gotten hit. Can't help though. You're not trying to think what you're saying and attack enemies at the same time. We can just like get this on the first time. That would be great. Maybe if I could have gotten out of that slide faster, I wouldn't get hit there. Shoot. He knew I was coming right before him. The jerk. I would not have gotten hit if it weren't for that. If he didn't hit me, I would not have gotten hit. And you can't prove anything other than that. Literally not do anything to me now. I had no MP for you to steal. Okay, let's drain these potions. Things are going pretty poor already. We at least avoided taking 3 hits that we didn't need to take. Ability to dodge right now is very questionable. It's like, did I remember to equip dodge? Let's see. More. Crap. In general, we don't want to get hit by those. Why would you not want to get hit? Getting hit is like the best thing in the world. Holy crap. Once we can heal on time, we still should probably have enough. There we go. I'm trying to think of what its name was. I knew we needed it in order to do this. Okay, so... Tasty meat, drink it then convert it to pee. Necessarily anything I can do when all this stuff just kind of piles up on me at once. Hey, as long as he's not using that green crap on us, we're doing pretty good. Oh. Just hated the fact that I actually used up some of my mana. Not a whole lot, but some of it. What'll really get us at this stage is, you know, him just hitting us like 3 times when we have. Like 370 HP like we just had. Okay, he literally knocked us into that. There was no way to avoid that. Okay, good. As long as you're gonna shoot that there. High mind up. If Curry would take a silver, so let's not use it just yet. We'll wait till after the next hit. Let's not try and make that next hit happen, but. Shoot. Got double hit. That's alright, because that should be the only ones from the green guys. So, any hits that we avoid are good. Just wish this guy would stop jumping literally right into us. Wasn't sure how that was going to play out because, yeah, this jerk was off screen. Okay. Use this. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. No. Why always you the bad things? Why not me the good things? What? I didn't even know that we were that low. We got all our stuff right. Yeah. Looks like I saved it all. All that just because I lost track of where we're at on health. And I gotta get myself repositioned, make sure I'm comfortable for this fight, because we need to be as comfortable as possible. won't even let me pause. Having a little bit of issues with my legs here too. That's right. As soon as the freaking snow will go, I can get outside more and stretch my legs. That way they don't lock up. So that's actually what the problem is right now. No, I disagree with that. I definitely slid. We are going to have some more resources. We've got more MP going into this next fight. And we didn't lose quite as much HP. We aren't quite there yet. Yeah, it's just kind of annoying because, like, he's delaying so much. He's just waiting until it gets right to about the time when we can actually hit him. Okay. We'll pop all 9 of these. If I don't do it slowly. There's just like no way to pattern this out. I just gotta beat my head against the wall, basically. Hope we get the the guards when he's gonna bonk his head. I'd like to say there's a better way to do this, but I don't think there is. But there's definitely a better way to do it than to get hit by all 3 of those guys. We're definitely doing worse on the healing items, which isn't necessarily the main thing. I disagree with that. Pop a potion. Okay, yeah, we're being maybe a little bit reckless here, but we got the job done. That was a dumb dodge. dodge. Okay. Switch over to that after he's been lowered enough. Not getting the best hits in. Oh shoot, that was a super potion. Alright. Not necessarily that big a deal. Just really need Dragon to stay away from us when those guys are nearby. Quit it. Wow. Only thing that's really so bad about that is when he does that, like I lose a decent amount of MP that I could use to hit him with. And that's kind of the resource that we need the most. Even though we just got 2 more full MP heals, that doesn't mean anything if we can't hit him with it. Whatever, I deserve that dodge. I'm just gonna say from now on, I deserve the. Let's see this. That I deserve the dodges, and you deserve to get all the hits. That's fair, right? Pretty fair in my mind. Okay, I deserve that dodge. I'm gonna say that every time. Even if I did my dodges wrong and whatever, blah blah blah. Oh crap. I did it with 2 of them. So 14 just from that, so maybe we get closer to 30 just by having a mana prison. 30 hits at 7 apiece. I don't know how. Okay. Did it without taking damage. Oh, that's... Why do you always want to do that when I'm obviously not pressing to the right? I have to commentate on everything that's slightly annoying me. So I definitely do not need to do that. Biggest grind killer is not being patient in the item screen and blowing more resources than you meant to. I don't mind you being there as long as those don't spawn while you're doing that. And there's green stuff there. Let's go ahead and we will Lubicant. I feel like that's also kind of a issue is when we don't use our resources in a good way. I forgot that guy was even there. But yeah, like, I could be using tasty meat right now, but the beef curry, we're at 200 right now, so we don't want to constantly wait until we're that low, if possible. Because that's more chances for us to accidentally die, because we didn't know what HP we were at, because we were trying to conserve using these items to heal up. That dragon is the worst. This so is not a hard battle, normally. Normally it's pretty chill. Okay, so we got that coming in. Oh, no, I'm not falling for it. You are a jackass. And you know it. That was a total jackass move. It's like, I don't want to do this because I don't want to take extra damage. He's like, fine. I'm not moving though. You would do that. Seriously trying to avoid as much damage as possible. They're setting me up. They're setting me up, guys. They set me up. Yes. They set me up. I was set up. Thing is, I think if we kill the eyeballs, those things don't spawn, but we've already seen how fruitless that endeavor is. Not necessarily completely fruitless, but it feels like it. So we definitely have enough health items that we can use. Yeah, I could have slid and avoided that, but there were 3 guys that I did not want to run into. But yeah, we got enough health items that we can use all these mind items. So that's not going to be an issue at all. The issue is, do we have enough damage to kill him? Let's turn this down. I think this might be a little bit loud for you guys. Oh, didn't hit. Let's grab a beef curry. Let's grab a beef meat. He knows like every time. He's like, what's the worst place that I could show up at? Oh, this? Well, that's exactly what I am going to do that. And now I'm being a little bit risky here, but I'd rather use a beef curry next. Then we need some more And actually, let's use up the rest of this one. Lay down the Mana Prism guys, which means we probably can't kill them on this one, this Mana Prism on the next one, but the two afterwards, I have a chance. Because I'm assuming I'm not playing that much different. Breathe. Gotta breathe. Not liking this extra damage. Breathe with me through this, guys. We can get it. Mana Prism. Top tasty meat. Didn't want to be bothered. In the mood for doing what I'm doing. Shoot. You would come. You would come right there. Oh, thanks. He knows. He knows every time. He knows what he's doing. Right into it. There is no... They do not care about your feelings in this fight. Let's see. That's Mana Prism. I've been just recently crunching the numbers in my head while we're doing this. So we get about, with each of those Mana Prisms, we get roughly 30 hits in. Which equals out to be about 210 points of damage. I have no idea how much this orb takes. Just know we've done a bit over 1,000. Probably quite a bit over 1,000. Let's see, so we get from the Mana Prisms, we get let's say about 840, even if we're kind of screwing up a little bit, because we do have to spend time dodging and going around. High mind ups, we also get about another 800 there. Or we probably get about 9. Wait a second. No. It's 2. The 2 of those equals 1 mana prison. So yeah, no, we get about 950 or something. So probably another 200. So we've probably done around 2,000 damage to him. Dodges there. Of course, that time not so lucky. Actually, Fluck kind of had nothing to do with it. He just kind of sabotaged my chances. And again. No. That was like 20. Great. Like 23 jumps on him. Let me double check what this guy's health is. Second, guys. I'm not gonna take a whole lot of time with this. Okay, so it says 3,000 in 3 different areas. For a total of 9,000. Okay, the orb. HP 3,000 per part. I don't know, guys. Maybe we can get it. But I'm thinking see what we can do about leveling up. There's a guy that I've been avoiding fighting. Wait, this guy. Let's see how much this guy gets us and how well we can beat him. Just trying this first, but it doesn't seem that's necessarily going to work because he probably has like 3,000 HP or something stupid like that. Yeah, that's definitely not the guy we're going to try and grind on. Luckily, since we're not dying to chaos, we don't get that stupid cut scene again. Scola. Succubus for right now, we're gonna change that. Oh. Would this be a good place to try and fight him? I don't think so. Let's see if I go this way. We might fight the Demon Lord. There's that Stolas back there that we could also possibly fight. Is 1,500. As long as his summons don't hit us, like there's nothing we really have to worry about. Even with them hitting us, they don't really like mess our world up. Okay, I think
This will work. I mean, it's working.
for sure. Just don't usually like fighting anything in the chaotic realm just because I know we could get messed up really quickly if we're not careful. At this point, it's either this or search for more mana potions. Because I think I don't think we were like right quite there. I think we were probably at about maybe 2,300 out of the 3,000 that we needed to kill him. Let's switch off between these two. Oh, hold on. So let me see what this comment says. So I'm doing this one that I'm doing. If you got, go ahead and post it if you got one for me. I'm doing the one that I'm doing because we're using kicks only. So I know that there are those demon lords and everything that can get us 3,000 per kill, but getting ourselves lined up is a different matter when we're doing kicks only. I'm not sure if you were trying to post that before or after I got this. Okay, let me get to that. The mimics give you 200 XP. I know exactly which one you're talking about. The one that comes out of that chest, right? Let's see what you said. Mimics give you 200 XP, and they have 100 APs. Why do you find them? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try that out. That probably actually is 3 times faster. I've been kind of avoiding them. Hey, fix this window so I can actually read your comments and play the game at the same time, because I've got this like right over the comments. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I know that there's a mimic way back here. There's the one that's right back here next to the save spot. He drops out of the candle. And it's a pretty quick reload. Was there one in the other direction? Because this is the one that I know about. Oh, but he's a little bit difficult to even get to pop out. Here's the thing, they only give you... You're saying they give you 200 experience apiece, which, I mean, we could even do that kind of faster doing other things, I think. I don't know, this is decently fast if I can get down there. It's at least a lot safer than Stola's. But was it over by the Shadow? You said by the Shadow Knights. Which one is it? Like the first, second, or third one from here? Maybe I'll head. Let me. I'll go investigate real quick. We have Skull equipped. Let's get Brynja's equipped. Yeah, it's not going to make any sense for you'd even tell me when it would be way quicker for me to just check out candles. Only problem with that one is it's a little bit of an awkward position. How much did these guys give us? That's actually a lot of enemies in a row. Go for the Tritons and the fish heads. We get Tritons are 300 apiece, fish heads are 100. It's worth at least killing them once right here. Plus I can help towards Headhunter. Because we didn't quite have that. Okay, final Shadow Knight. So let's gas you up. I'm gonna kill you because you're worth experience. Just anything to break out the monotony is kind of what we're going for right now, because we've only got 16 more levels that we can even gain. We're just a little bit short of being able to kill Chaos with all the mana that we can get up in our Triton. At least being able to do it reasonably and consistently. Okay, this I think one is the last one. Maybe not. Oh. Yeah. He's just sitting there. And we've got I mean, for real, this probably is quicker. And it's a little bit easier on the hands as well than trying to sit there and mash the circle button 100 times. Yeah, this is about 10 times faster than trying to grab that other mimic. So we will gain maybe 2 or 3 levels off this real quick and see what our damage is sitting at when we fight Chaos again. And then, if we don't get it, we've got another shot on Friday. And I'll at least have looked up some information, see if there's any more mana prisons. I'm sure there's at least 1 or 2 mana prisons and super potions that I missed. Yep, I've got... Or do I have a Lubicant still? Don't think I do. Aren't those the flying guys that try and hit you with their pitchforks? Because I usually just avoid those guys. Yeah, Yeah, pretty sure that's what those guys are, and I don't have that one. Remind me what that does again? Oh. Interesting. Is that going to maybe get my defense and offense higher than what I'm getting? Really? Okay. Let's gain this one level route. Do I even want to? I think I just want to go grab that Lubicant soul. Alright, that's what I really think I want to do. If you're telling me I've got something that could give me more strength than what I've got right now, I think we want to just grab that. I'm doing most of this game from memory instead of really looking heavily into what kind of items I could get. I mean, just the fact that we were able to get past Julius with just this, that was pretty freaking awesome. And really, the only issue with the final boss here is we can't really... It's not reasonable to try and kill the top eyeballs in that final phase of chaos. And we just can't seem to get a whole lot of damage in either. There are really two things that are kind of a big issue right now. We get those taken care of, either one of them, and we're good. Not a reasonable way to kill the top eyeballs because getting them lined up for kicks is just god-awful. It's something you can learn, it can be learned, but we don't want to. Also didn't want to die, so I'd be careful about which ones I was letting hit me. Wait, are these the Lubicants right here? Before I go? No, that's how it's going. Yeah. I think I was thinking of the right ones. There's a couple places where we can grab them. Won't even be a big thing. We might as well kill these guys while we're heading over. Let's make sure that we got maximum stuff we're getting. Really, I had no idea. So thank you for that. I had no idea that Lubicant was such a star soul that we could be getting. As far as I knew, Triton was the most damage that we could get. So, I mean, these guys they're right here. But I don't want to fight them here. The only place that they appear that I do want to fight them is still kind of iffy. There's no non-iffy place. Well, actually, no, we do get a checkpoint right here. So this is actually the closest save point to them. there's no non-grindy way to try and kill these guys. Not when we're using kicks. So we gotta net the strat here. This is why you just need to be able to make sure that you can go to the save point every time, because they do massive amounts of damage. They really like to dodge the crap out of you. And they can be very difficult to avoid. So damage can stack up really fast on these guys. By the way, I hope I'm saying this right, but Toshunga Birix is the guy in chat that is giving us this information, so we have him to thank for it. Oh, Headhunter would give us plus 33 at absolute max, and Lubicant can give us up to 200 plus 205 when you're at 1 HP while at level 99. So, yeah, these are very good stats to have. Very good information. I very much value it and appreciate it. He doesn't want us to have fun today, guys. But you guys will be able to find this run on my Twitch and my YouTube page. The VOD will stay up on Twitch for probably about 30 days or so. If he kills us, he kills us. But while we're talking about it, I thank you guys for the likes and subscribes. Thank you for the follows on Twitch and on Twitter. And thank you guys for just being here, and thank you for any donations that are coming in. Those are awesome. But really just being here is all you really need to do. If you like me and want to support the cause, go ahead and donate. Also, you know, any interaction you guys do that really boosts up the rating of the channel, makes it easier for me to get this content out to you. So even like the comments, the likes, the dislikes, all that stuff helps. Dislikes probably help less, but you know, you can still like. How much are we getting for each kill? Always so interested in all the stats that we're getting. They give us 550 per kill, not good for grinding by any means. And if we happen to get it early, which I don't expect to necessarily get it until we've maybe leveled up twice, but if we happen to get it early, we'll go ahead and pop the rest of those mimics and level up before we fight Chaos again. But it is getting kind of late for me, guys, so I don't know that we're going to attempt chaos again, but we'll be set at a prime with this extra information that we just got. We're set at a prime position where we should be able to take out chaos without any issues now. And we won't even need to use that Allura Une that I didn't really want to use. And plus, once I get the heavily edited video of this instead of just a kind of let's play portion of it, then that'll get out to other people, and then we'll see if anyone wants to take it further, try and do it better, which I'm encouraging you to do. There's really only like, there's a handful of other places in the game where you can actually even get at the Lubicants, and all of them are awful. they just really are. There's, especially the room that's kind of just outside of Baylor's boss door. By taking the elevators, that one is... that is the most awful room in the game. He gets lost. We didn't hold his hand at the wall, so he decided he was just gonna go. This was probably the stupidest challenge idea that I can figure out for this game. But don't worry, we got plenty of other games with just as stupid challenges to go. Like I've been saying, we've got the next 3 of them figured out. They're all RPGs. We do have some action RPGs that we're going to be getting into as well for some good challenge videos. Our next we're finishing up Dark Souls 2, and that one's gonna be, I don't know how many more, maybe 6 to 8 more weeks, and that's not even counting the fact that we've got might be after the marathon. And then whenever I get the Neo, you ever just go straight off screen like that, it makes it difficult to jump back up. If I ever get that new Neo disc, then we got what, maybe 2 or 3 more episodes of Neo before we start getting into post-game content. Then we'll probably take like a 6-month break on that and go to, I believe it's just called Way of the Adept, and then we do Way of the Strong after that. So we'll probably take about 6 months off in between for those. But actually there's something that you can do, like as soon as you start on the Way of the Adept, so we're going to want to take care of some of that right away, just because it's kind of cool to show off. At least I think it's right away. I'll have to figure that out. But there's something you can do, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's watching this and hasn't gotten to the Way of Adept. Hasn't been the full first loop of Neo. I still haven't gotten the Way of the Strong, so I don't know if that's going to unlock anything new for me. Don't want to know. But I can tell you for sure we're going to find out. And I'm mad that I can't get a PS5 right now because Neo 3 is out. Hi, Kate. How you doing today? Yeah. I mean, I figured we've had to deal with plenty of terrible drop rates, which is why, you know, I figured it takes about an hour or so usually to grab souls when they're low drop rates like that. It's just, it's what it is. But it's not something that particularly bothers me. Like we're reaching two different goals at the same time. Like we do need to level up. So these guys with the Arinyas, they probably give us somewhere around 630 experience or something per kill. And eventually we are going to get that soul drop. You are not behaving at all. Go to your room. You get no supper. Well, I said I'm doing alright. I was expecting you to contact me yesterday, but you didn't. But that was okay. I was working on a video at the time. Well, I should say I was working on a script for a video. I thought that might work, but not so well. Not exactly how I wanted it. At least these guys don't take a whole lot of damage to kill. And if I would have known about how much this guy increases your stats, we would have grabbed him a long time ago. Like, we probably could have beaten the game like level 50
according to what I'm being told. Maybe not quite 50, maybe like 60, but still, that's a pretty wide gap. Yeah. Not giving me an opening. There we go. Kind of video that I'm not really talking about what kind of video it is. That is something that's going to be a mystery game at the marathon. The Showcase Your Talents Marathon, which is at the end of March, where we're going to be raising money for St. Jude. That's going to include game devs like myself. It's going to have live music performances, and we're going to have speedruns in there as well, and maybe some content creation. Wanted to get some tool-assisted speedruns as well, but I haven't been able to hear back from task videos, so that may not happen this year. That's alright. We're still kind of like in the early stages of getting everything together, so I didn't expect this one to be exactly the kind of marathon that I want to put on right away, but this is why we learn, why we go. There's a lot of things that I could have done differently, like, for one, I could have had some submission forms made up, which I don't know quite how to do those yet. I can't even really remember what site to get on to get those. Yeah, and we can definitely talk about that. This stream is probably pretty close to being over, so we could, if you could give me a few minutes after that, we could talk then. There's probably going to be a lot of things that we need to cover, so I may not necessarily want to do it all at once, but I want to make sure that you have all the information. That way we choose. That way you're able to choose yourself what you think is going to best help. What you believe is going to be your best contribution. Alright. Not a problem. Apparently I gotta DM you. Not even mad about it. No. Oh, that was a good hit. Sometimes it can be fun to just pretend like you're getting mad about something you're not getting mad about at all. Spices things up a little bit. No! In fact, most of the time when I'm doing Let's Plays and I'm acting like I'm mad about something, I'm really not. It's just, it's funnier that way. Alright, yeah, like I said, we'll see. There's kind of a lot. I've got, I made up some notes yesterday because I thought we were going to be talking yesterday. did that right before I started making started playing through the game and writing up the script. But yeah, I've got 7 pages worth of notes, so I'm gonna try and read through those quickly. That way we can, like I said, it could take a while. This way we can figure out exactly where we need to place you. Which will change over time. Just depending on how things work. For real, there's a lot of things that just haven't been done yet, just because, I mean, I'm only one person, so there's only so much that I can do. And it's a little bit unreasonable for me to, even though I can literally do it all if I really needed to. I can literally, there's YouTube University left and right on all this stuff. There's all kinds of resources that you can get towards anything you want to do in your life. It's just if you're trying to do it all on your own, I feel like you're just trying to beat yourself up, and you're trying to make things way more perfect than they need to be. And I've done that a lot in my life, and that's why I can speak to that, because I feel like I do that to myself, or have done that in the past. Okay, lesbian just out of reach. He still will never make me anywhere near as mad as that dragon makes me. He doesn't even make me mad. It's just like he is just great gamer. Like, there's no other way to put that. He is an absolute pro gamer. He knows exactly where to pop up on that fight. To make me run into the green balls, to make me run into the spikes. He'll just get like the absolute ultra pro shot when he shoots at that big green ball out of his mouth. It's like, you can't even be mad. It's just like he was set up to be like the worst enemy in this game. Maybe second only to Julius, but it's debatable. It depends on how you're fighting Julius. Just to let you guys know right now, you watch the next challenge that we're going to be doing on this game, which will be right after we finish kicks only. Julius will not be a kind, easy fight. It will be nothing like what we just experienced. We will be picking up the claim because we do want the battle to actually be possible, but that's all I'm going to say about it. And thank you guys for joining me today. I like doing these streams when I have more than just me in here.
really appreciate you guys showing up. Ultra Pro, he's going Ultra Pro. Okay, we got 94 and 63. Probably a little too early to be taking note of those stats, though, because I might forget them by the time we actually level up. Yeah, that was like the really big problem that we were dealing with, is Triton only gives us 16 attack. Even if we were to max out our level, we might be able to do like 10, and if we're really lucky, 15 points of damage. Which, I mean, I guess that probably would be enough that we kill him with the resources that we have, especially when you consider MP growth and the fact that all our MP recovery items are percentage based. We get 20 from the mind potions, we get 50% from the high mines, and the mana prisons we get 100%. I bet we could even find a fifth one, probably pretty easily. Either way, I think I'm probably going to figure that out before we do our stream on Friday. Because I want to know. It could be helpful. Not super helpful in this challenge because it's almost over. As soon as we get this Lubicant sold, I mean, it's pretty much done. I just need to make sure that I'm healing myself a little bit better against the final boss, and then we should be good. I think I might have, if we had been set up just a little bit better, I might have actually decided to make sure that I was more topped off than what I was. I just didn't see necessarily so much of a point in that, because as far as I could tell, we were only maybe up to 2,300 of the 3,000 that we needed to kill him. So weren't doing that great. But we did get to learn some things. You know, we learned where all we could get healing items. We still had plenty of the regular healing items, plus we had Flesh Golem and our rotten meat and spoiled milk. So we had plenty, but it's one of those really long fights where if you kind of screw up a little bit, you really get punished. This guy might get a kill on us. If he was going to get a kill on us, I was just going to let it happen, because that's not that big of a deal. We save every time we kill one of them, so not like we're losing a whole bunch of time. We don't get that huge game over screen like when we fight Chaos. Oh yeah. He stays out there when he goes off screen. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't decide to stay with that mimic because we could have leveled up, but this is more important. And I knew just how long, pretty much, it was going to take for us to get his soul. So about 0.90, that means roughly about 1 in every 111 that we kill has a... Technically, that has a chance to drop a soul, 1 in every 111, but in reality, each one of them has that tremendously bad drop rate, so it could be quite a bit more than that. Like about 4 more for level up. So spoilers, guys, we're getting close to the end of this stream, so we may not get it this time around, but next week I'll make sure that we get it, and then we should be able to drop Chaos pretty quickly. So that'll be this Friday. I don't remember if I said next week or not, but Friday. We're gonna do this one more time. I think we usually go about, we go about 4 hours, so that's gonna be plenty of time to grab the soul. And even if I have to refight him like 3-4 times, we'll be able to get it. So Chaos will be easier in the next challenge, but like the whole rest of like everything is harder. Because we're actually not going to be grinding in our next challenge. For real, these grinds, they don't really bother me at all. Like, I'm just used to doing this so much in so many different video games. Like, if you want to know what a long grind is, you know, play Star Ocean 2, grind yourself up to 255. Or maybe it's 250 in that game. Either way, it's an absurd amount. And especially if you are doing it on, I think they call it like Universe or Galaxy mode, the artist mode, then you are going to, you're going to be dying a lot while trying to get that grind. Or you're going to be playing it really safe and having it be like an hour before you level up. Really, I get myself to a good enough level up, and then I'll try and fight some funny thieves. And I think I usually have my funny slayer equipped when I'm trying to do that. Just because I know that if we get the back attack that we're just gonna die. Okay, well there's the level up. So, yep. 1 strength and 1 defense. Which, as we've already seen, does not necessarily equate to 1 extra damage and 1 less damage taken from enemies. Sometimes that could be like, you gotta get up like 3 or 4 just to be able to do 1 more damage. Actually, even with the enemies that have like a really high defense, like Graham and Chaos here, you probably need about 20 extra points to be able to do 1 more point of damage. But that's only because we can't slide into them. If you've been noticing, our slides, they do more damage than our pogo jumps. Alright guys, we're almost there. Just need to kill like 385 more of them, then they'll drop the soul. I hope that's actually a joke though. It could be a joke, it could be real. I mean, what am I saying? This is Castlevania, so everything that happens in it is real. Everything in video games is real, everything in real life is just fake. Just so you know. I think we did get our... We've been getting like 12 HP every level up, and I think we got that this time. Really doesn't matter much for anything though. Go here. Really like hitting them up against the wall like that, because we get to pogo jump like 4 times. He hit us no times. After this, we'll kill the iron golem this way. Until we get its soul. He has probably about the same drop rate of 0.90%. And he takes 9,998 hits. Because we don't have use of the killer mantle. Afterwards, we're going to play Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, and we'll do a low level up to Evil Eye and just farm them at the max level. We're just going to do absolutely the most craziest and insane things that we can do. If you guys don't know, Evil Eye's
are the eyes that at the very end of the game in Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, they drop 1 experience and 1 gold. After you kill about 100,000 of them, you can max your levels. We're not quite going to do any kind of challenges like that, but I mean, there are people that are completing challenges like that, like one person spending 2 years in the very first reactor in Final Fantasy VII. You get Barret and Cloud up to level 99. Right now, Primal Liquid and Seer are both doing some pretty horrendous runs when it comes to Final Fantasy content, if you guys like that. I mean, they're actually really interesting. But let's put it like that first. The runs themselves are interesting because they put them into neat little videos, which I'm going to be doing with this. Where you just kind of get like the overview explanation of, you know, what happened and everything. But they're really cool videos. But the rule sets they put on them, like Seer did Final Fantasy 1 without any money, that is actually insane. And yeah, he did technically fail 2 parts of the run, but when you saw, you know, what he was able to accomplish and everything, you know, it's forgivable. It's all for fun. And I think that's what matters the most, is you gotta be enjoying yourself while doing stuff like this. Like, I was really enjoying it just now before we switched over to this, doing the pea shooter only. Like, I'm allowing pea shooters and bombs only on Contra 3, and we came so close several times. 3 times we made it all the way up to the final form of the final boss, and I kept whiffing. I just don't have that down all that well, I guess. That's part of it, but or at least that's what got me killed the first time. But there's all kinds of more things that I can be doing that's gonna get me better at doing that, and then we'll continue doing some speedruns. Because the next goal is going to be a 1cc, which probably won't be coming anytime too super quickly, considering when we did get our win, we used up all of our resources, all our lives, all our continues, and all our weapons to get that first on-camera win. But with all this practice we're doing on pea shooter only, you know, we may not be all that far away when we actually can start using weapons again. It's a good thing this is not to get our level up. This is to get a soul. Because if this was to get a level up, well, for one, I'd be an idiot. There's 100 different ways that we can do this way faster. Get you involved. Oh, I didn't have that yet. Cool. It kind of helps.
ish for the Headhunter. Which we found out from the chat comment that gives us 33 max strength plus 33 max strength. So another cool thing about these Lubicants is they drop a pretty decent sword. It's not that great. It's great in the sense that it hits twice, but I don't think any weapon really replaces Claimed Slias. Even the ones that you can get from the boss rush. I've gotten all those. They don't really impress me all that much. Actually, can't you get like a rocket launcher? If we could probably like find at some point we could like find a Game Genie code and maybe mod that in. Just for kind of like a fun run. It wouldn't be anything like any of these other things I'm doing, because a lot of these I just want to do for challenge, but sometimes I like to do things that are just going to be fun and stupid. But if you find this on Twitch, I've got links over to my YouTube where you can find all the videos on one convenient playlist. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to catch this stuff live, you know, there's definitely links to my Twitch in both my YouTube videos and in my bio. Just trying to think right now if there's any. There's probably don't want to do Dawn because I don't like the glyph system in that. Kind of aggravates me, especially trying to do it with a mouse because I don't have the actual hookups for the system in order to play it that way. But the one where you play as both the boy and the girl and you can switch out, I forget exactly, that Circle the Moon, whichever one it is that I'm thinking of, that one will probably have at least 1 or 2 videos of. Only played through it all the way once, so maybe a quick de-rust on the hardest setting might be in order. And then I can see if there's any interesting looking weapons that we can get, which will make things fun. Like, that was the whole reason why I wanted to do these kicks, because I really think this is a really interesting movement mechanic. And I was over in... oh, goody. I was hoping we could do that. I was over in the floating garden area where I think I was probably grinding on like golems or something there, and I was just kind of like messing around with kicks one day, and I was just like jumping off of candlesticks by doing my kicks and then sliding off the screen, pretending like I was like doing something like a speedrun or something, which I'm never gonna do because I don't like manipulating the game so I know exactly what's gonna go on the entire time because it's News Fest. But I like this mechanic of it. I liked being able to figure out how to get faster movement and everything, and so I also thought this would be a really fun challenge. So I was like, okay, let's Game Genie in all the abilities. We can turn them off if we don't want to abuse them, and then we can do this challenge. And so here we are. That's what we're doing. And just so you guys know, the fact that there are more people in chat than there normally is definitely a good reason why I'm still going. That's because my statistics stuff, and if you guys are enjoying it, you know, I can go a little bit off of my scheduled plans and just be here with you guys. So that's definitely a good part of what I'm doing. Just being here with you guys. And also figuring out how to make games and having an online presence. Make it profitable, make it fun for everybody. Make sure it's something really good. I would never want to release something that's just crap. I've seen too many games that just absolutely fail because they just didn't have any imagination. They wanted to insist on putting in mechanics that are just absolute bullcrap. I mean, even with me complaining about like certain mechanics, like, yeah, you don't like the death fight, okay? You don't like the Julius fight. That dragon's too OP in the chaos fight. Well, I mean, they're also good things because that gives you a good challenge to overcome. It's not like the enemies themselves were absolute bullcrap or something like that. They just at some point. You do kind of have to, when you're a developer, just kind of be a little bit mean to your players because you got to give them a challenge to overcome, otherwise they're not going to want to keep playing your games. There's a certain amount of people that, you know, they're always going to want to have the easy challenges. They're just going to want to get in there and play the easy games because they're fun, and there's always going to be games that are just fun no matter what, like Mario Party or whatever, but as your relationship with video games evolves, you're going to want to have a hard challenge. Something where you're going beyond what you're normally able to do. And those that are kind of on the lower end, you know, you're not going to quite understand that, but maybe you have other parts of your life where you really want to kind of do the best you can, like maybe at work, maybe at sports, maybe at music. I don't know. I don't know what your life looks like. Except I do, because I'm stalking every one of you 24/7. But you don't know that. I guess you'd end up, if anything like me, and you end up having a kind of a different relationship with life when you tell life, hey, I want to get from where I am to where I want to be, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. You kind of have a different way of wanting to do things. Because you do, at some point, you just got to see things a little bit differently, because the old ways of doing things, they just aren't going to always work. So yeah, I would never thought, a year ago that I was going to spend 4 days in a row without eating or drinking any water, but I did. I don't think I would have thought that I was going to have as much prepared for the marathon on my end as what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing that. And there's just all kinds of things that I don't know exactly what all I'm going to be doing in the future. I know there's a lot of things that I want to be able to do, like I want to be able to make my 3D models quickly, but I don't have that skill yet. It's something that you can build up over time, but I'm not great at it. And I don't know that I necessarily will be great at it, because I'm more interested in, working with the nodes and level design. I want to do, like the particle effects, lighting. A lot of that stuff is more appealing to me. It's interesting. I like creating the characters that I'm creating, even though there may not be like the best looking characters in the world. There's always time to improve on that, to build on that. So I think if you got a passion to do something, you should go out and do it, and just accept that, hey, it's going to take some time to really get good at it, but you should know what you want at the same time. And I really, really, really worked hard to make the drawings that I did draw for the games that I'm making. You see little extra details in there if you really have like the eyes of an artist, and you know what things you did to create your artwork when doing things digitally. You start to respect what other people have done. And I'll find more and more often that, when I'm watching some of my favorite animes or just watching any animation in general, or like TV shows, that I will notice little things about it. I'll notice the very little details that you just kind of take for granted when you're kind of like a passerby. I mean, just look at this right now. Like, I'm playing on my computer, and you guys are looking at it on a computer screen, but we're taking, you kind of take in no account that, hey, this was originally done on a Game Boy Advance system. So it's, you know, much higher quality than Game Boy when the Nintendo first started making handheld consoles. And there's definitely a lot going on in the background. So, I mean, just being able to layer your 2D graphics like that is pretty good. I think I'm almost certain they had to use a little bit of 3D on this. Like, I'm pretty sure the characters are 3D models, and then obviously there's at least, we're looking at least 2 or 3 background layers. This guy's about to stomp me. Oh. Still have not died to this guy yet. At least we got a goal for the future, though. But yeah, you never have to always be the only one working on your stuff. There's all kinds of people that are out there that could be interested in the same stuff that you're interested in, so always keep an open mind on that. But yeah, I'm not surprised that we've been fighting the same enemy for probably close to an hour and a half, and he has just been so stingy and has not dropped anything. He hasn't dropped... I can't remember if he drops 2 drops or if he just drops a sword. That's a really difficult drop to get if you're not manipulating the game, which we're not going to do. We're not going to manipulate the game to get the soul. I just don't want to play that way. It's not fun for me if I know every little detail about what's going to happen. I don't feel like that's even skill anymore. You just kind of follow like a certain blueprint of when to jump, when to duck, when to attack, and that's it. You can do it every time. Well, almost every time. In fact, you can do that in, like, Dragon Warrior. You can do that for Final Fantasy 1 on the GBA. You can do that for Final Fantasy 4 on the Super Nintendo. Probably do it on Famicom as well. Although the Famicom is the harder version if you want to really play the harder version. Of course, what does make it easier though is all the item drops. And I'm not sure how they calculate speed in the Famicom version either. Or, well, I'm saying it's Famicom, but it's Super Famicom. Because in the Super Nintendo version, you can kill 3 imps with Dark Knight Cecil is alone at level 10 without them even attacking. As long as they didn't get an ambush on you. I actually can't remember, even though I did just play it not too long ago. I can't remember if Final Fantasy V had an ATB GOG. I know for sure that 6 was the first one that had that, and I don't know if it was set up the same way Final Fantasy Tactics was. But I remember they give you a whole tutorial, which, you know, at first I wasn't gonna care about any of those tutorials or anything, but then it's just like, okay, let's see what's in these tutorials, and I was like, oh, this is actually helpful information. This isn't like what you get in Final Fantasy VIII or Final Fantasy VI. This actually helps. Okay, he's off screen. He's on vacation. He'll be back, guys. Okay. Make noises at him. That'll get him to straighten up and fly right into my boot. So I'm wondering, I'm curious, if you're in the chat right now, you want to say that you have, or if you're watching this later on YouTube at any time, I'm curious if any of you guys have played, as we're talking about Final Fantasy games, if you played any Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. It's a really interesting game, and I really like it. If you played if your first instance of playing that game has been on the Switch and you played Everybody, I'm sorry. They did a terrible job on that one because they made the enemies a lot harder than they needed to be, and it took a lot of the fun out of it. It was interesting being able to pick up the enemies, but the version on Wii is much superior to that. I really like the roguelike dungeon crawlers like the Mystery Dungeons. I played through 1 or 2 versions of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, and they were pretty good, but when it came to the challenge dungeon, it was just awful. The one that I like the most out of them, Tornado, The Last Hope, that mystery dungeon, or the 100 floor challenge dungeon on that, the more magical dungeon, that one is pretty awful as well, but you can actually navigate through it. Like, you're not going to all of a sudden get hit for like 10 HP on the first floor and get hit for 29 by an enemy. That was what kind of made it crap. I was like even using Dragoneer and using the 4 times agility ability, and it felt like too much maintenance to even try and get a chance at beating that. So I abandoned that pretty quickly. I do want to get Chiron as well for the Wii, because that one was pretty good. The Super Nintendo versions of Tornado and Chiron we will not be seeing on this channel. You can manipulate those again. They weren't all that interesting. They were just less evolved games. There's also a Chiron for the DS that we will not be playing because that one is just... You can't win. unless you are like save stating like mad. Because you've got to sit back, hang out on the easier dungeons, make sure you get all of your weapons and armor that do not drop like ever, to make sure that you're really strong by the time you actually go into the final challenge dungeon, and then it's still kind of a crapshoot whether you win or not, because there's all kinds of things that are gonna get rid of all your good stuff. Like I said, Tornado, it did it just right for the PlayStation 1, but even then, that's with kind of like a sadistic type of love for, okay, when I get knocked out of this dungeon, I'm going to restart at level 1, and we're going to try from there. Thanks, Hazel. You like me calling you Hazel or Kate better, or just Hazel Kate? Okay, looks like some people are dropping out, so we'll give this about 5 more minutes and we'll go ahead and wrap it up if we don't get it. That's alright. It's been kind of a longer stream. I wanted to just keep going because we had more people in the chat than we normally do, and I think that was the right way. If there's people here actually enjoying it instead of just me, that's kind of the whole reason we're doing this. So I'd like to be able to entertain you guys this way and entertain you with the video games that I'm making. And believe me, if you guys are guys and girls just like me, you know, I want to say maybe about 10 years ago, I had really crappy stuff happening to me, and, you know, sitting and watching video game streams was, or pre-recorded videos on YouTube, that was basically my whole life. And it was really hard to do anything else. And I wasn't even sure at one point if I was going to be living through the year. because things were that bad. I felt like I hadn't slept in over a year, and it was because I had sleep apnea. And I eventually got up to 300 pounds while I had sleep apnea. I'm probably down to about 200, 210, somewhere around there right now. I just wanted to say that to say, hey, you know, if that's what's going on with you, I get it. I understand. I've been there. I just want to make sure that you feel like you're not alone. That there's been other people that have been through that kind of crap. I just eventually said, hey, that's not okay. I'm not gonna just let myself go out like this. As soon as I started getting the slightest bit of hope of life, I thought of all the stuff that I really wanted to do that I never achieved. And so I thought it was very important for me to go out and do it. And then it became a lot more than just that. So I decided I was going to take myself places where people won't normally go. Do things people won't normally do. Because I wanted to achieve the things that people were telling me that I couldn't achieve. Because I still believe in every one of those things. And I believe that if you got something you want to go out and do, that you can do it too. I don't have a patent on that. I would never want a patent on that. I don't want to be the only one who's out there achieving his goals. I never want to try and push someone beyond what they're able to do, so I won't tell you guys the same things that I won't tell you guys things in ways that you wouldn't be able to handle. You decide that you want to be like me in that way, where you're just going to go out and do whatever it takes. You'll find those resources. My YouTube wall is filled with resources. Anytime I want to grab them, they'll tell me exactly how to do exactly what I want to do. And I don't even watch them every day. In fact, I don't necessarily even watch them every week. I feel like they're up there for like when I need them. And whenever I want to, it kind of feels natural the way that I'm doing it. Where I get to the next level of whatever it is I'm working on. And a lot of it is, you know, inner work. Learning how to just let go, to observe, instead of reacting. And there's a whole lot more to it. Yeah, that's one of your best skills that you can have when you're wanting to get from where you're at to where you want to be, is just not giving things in life that power to determine whether you do the thing or don't do the thing. So never let that fear of something be your motivating force. If that is your only motivating force, is fear of doing something or not doing something, that's never the right answer. Doing the things you love, like playing video games,
making them, watching other people play Let's Plays and stuff like that, or stupid challenge runs like this that take hours and hours to do. You know, that's the stuff that you should be focused on in your life. That other stuff that doesn't matter, that stuff that hurts your heart, that doesn't matter. Get it away from you, get it out of your life. Okay, we've gone a little bit longer. I think this is the last guy. I just wanted to kind of do that little wrap up with you guys. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you continue to do good. I hope I made your day just a little bit easier by doing this dumb challenge. But I think next week I think Contra is gonna get it next week. Ooh, I'm so close. Ah, anger. So we'll go ahead and we will double, triple save this. There we go. So we're gonna be right here at this grind on Friday when we restart. Like I said, we'll have about 4 hours in which we can work on this, and if we end up getting it early, we will roll into something else. Maybe we will play some, depends on, you know, how much time there is to work on it, what I'm feeling or whatever. We'll either play some, we'll either go over to the next challenge of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, or we will do some Dark Souls 2, because we gotta wrap that up as well. And yeah, just keep moving forward. But I want to thank you guys for the likes and subscribes. Thank you for the follows on Twitch and on Twitter. Thank you guys for just being here today. I really appreciated that. Every one of you. Even if you didn't comment in chat or anything, that's fine. You lurker, you're cool with me. Your awesome weird hiding powers are very much appreciated. And yeah, also thank you guys for all the donations coming in as well. I really appreciate those. But with that being said, I am the Gumdrop Gamer. You've been watching the Gumdrop Gaming channel. Stay awesome, bros and broettes. See you next time. Bye.